Just finished filming a video for YouTube, and there have been some things that have happened over the past week, particularly over the weekend. It was a very odd weekend. There's something changing with my writing. I had spent last week filming a vlog, and I mentioned it to a couple people, where to help me stay motivated and kind of freshen my outlook, I adapted an idea that I saw another author tuber use, where I made a wheel, downloaded a free Spin the Wheel app, you know, the game Spin the Wheel, put a bunch of stuff on there and used that to change up my day. Wheel controls my day, wheel controls my week, kind of thing. So I was filming from, I believe it was Monday through Friday. I filmed at least a few minutes practically every day. But I wasn't happy with the vlog, and it wasn't that I was comparing my very fledgling steps in filming to other people's achievements, the achievements of other people who are a lot more experienced and been doing these types of videos a lot longer than I have. It was really that I was not pleased with the content itself. And one of the things that brought up was, I guess I'm still looking for just like I'm developing my writing style, I'm also developing my filming or editing style, whatever. And I do think that that was a good experiment for me, because it showed me what doesn't work for me. I wasn't trying to imitate anybody else's work, but I was, I suppose, forcing myself to do something that it didn't feel like that was what I was supposed to be filming that week. And after contemplating that for a while, my thoughts started turning towards this little kernel, this little nugget, this little germ of an idea for one of my upcoming writing projects. I have absolutely no idea what kind of book it's going to be, but I sure as heck know what kind of book it's not going to be. And it's, I'm not sure how to describe it in a way that's not going to sound slightly, I suppose, creepy, because it's not the kind of thing that I would typically write. I was really frustrated with, I suppose I was trying to turn it into something that it just didn't want to be. Instead of just letting the story be what it wanted to be, I was trying to get it to meet my own expectations, or rather, I was trying to form the story so that I would write it in a way that I thought I was supposed to write it. And now I think that made me think about some things that my friend Alora had told me in previous readings, like a year or two ago, possibly more, because it's come up in several virtual conversations that we've had, not just in readings, but in other texts. And I think, surprise, surprise, that she's right in that I do have a preconceived idea of the way that I'm supposed to write, and that was partly because of things that happened in the past, partly because of perhaps how I view myself, and this new idea is not the kind of book that I would previously be very comfortable writing. Okay, sorry, my battery was about to die. I'm filming on my vlogging camera. So I was not convinced that this was even going to be a real story because it's just discombobulated, disjointed pieces. I was not convinced that this was going to be a book that I was actually going to write. It's going to be a book that I'm actually going to write. It's very... If what I've put down so far, because I don't have a plot yet, I don't even have characters yet, although there are one or two that are just barely starting to form. I can definitely say that, and I guess the reason why I came to the conclusion that the reason I haven't been able to make the plot yet is because the mythology or the folklore of this fictional world wants to be written first. So I'm just kind of surrendering to that and writing the folklore first. It's definitely going to be adult. This is not a family-friendly book. I can tell you that right now. It's not going to be a family-friendly book at all, because some of the stuff that I was writing was surprisingly graphic. But at the same time, yeah, it's graphic, but it's also very poetic, which is interesting because, as you know, if you spend more than 2 seconds on my channel, you already know that I'm a poet. So it was interesting that that facet of my writing habits are coming into play in the form of a non-poetry work. So it's hard for me to find a way to describe it, but basically I think, I'm not sure what time period it's going to be in. I'm not sure exactly what the world looks like. I haven't done any of the plot creation, character creation, world building, or anything like that. I suspect that that will happen naturally through the folklore that I'm writing. It feels much more folklore based. There was also definitely going to be at least a mention of one character who is, I don't know if you could really say psychic, but definitely someone who has some kind of an ability which results in her having multiple visions. And I'm not sure if this is going to be something that's included in the history or if it's actually part of the plot. I suspect also, and this is another big change for me, that the main character of this book is going to be a man instead of a woman, which in all of my previous writing exercises, the main character has always been a woman for obvious reasons. Let's see. A lot of my notes right now have been strictly things that it sounds like they take place in past tense. There are some that are worded in present tense, but a lot of what I've written so far has been in past tense. So I'm thinking that may be part of the history. We'll see. I'm not going to even sort of kind of speculate what kind of book it's going to be. And I'm, of course, going to keep most of the details secret. But I'm sure there will be some things that I can share, and I'll share them on the channel when it's time. Also, I've written several complete or almost nearly complete scenes that are visions, that the character who's having these visions apparently is female. And many of them are not nice. I mean, they're nice, but they're not nice. And some of them are actually very graphic. The symbolism, I mean, practically everything that I'm writing is pure symbolism, hardcore pure symbolism. There is also a nearly complete scene of a vision that this female character has of a creature who, I'll just say, when I went back over that portion of my notes, I could tell who this creature actually is. And it's somebody who does exist in real life history and mythology. I'm not going to say who. He's not pleasant, I will say that. So I say all that to say that this is the vlog that I'm supposed to be doing, I can tell. I'm not going to set a particular time schedule for it. It's going to be probably mostly about writing, or exclusively about writing, working on this project specifically. I've already filmed a video, a library haul video, and that's all about looking for an agent and the materials that I'm gathering for that. But I'm filming this immediately after having filmed that. So today is Monday, oh, the 1st, yeah, the 1st of December. So let's see where this goes. I'm very interested, not both about the story as well as seeing what kind of video this ends up being, because I've never attempted anything quite like this. I am going to do the spin the wheel thing, because I really like that idea, and that was kind of what got me onto this path anyway. But my phone battery is and I'm waiting for the new one. Hopefully it'll show up today so that I can do what I need to do. But regardless, I'm really interested in seeing how this turns out. It'll be an exercise for me to see if I can stop myself from censoring myself, if that makes any sense, because I do. I'm realizing more and more I do. Hey, it's Thursday now, December 4th. I am in the process of uploading the final chapter, chapter 6, of A Tale of Two Cities, book the first. I haven't completed the entire book. I've just done the first part of the book. So I was filming that, well, not filming, audio recording that this morning, and I got the editing done relatively quickly in comparison to how long it usually takes. And now I'm waiting for it to finish doing all the checks. I think it just finished. So the book, a little more progress on the new book. Still have to dive into the publishing material that I got from the library. But this new story idea, I have made a little bit of progress. I'm not forcing it, I'm just letting it happen on its own. one of the characters, the female character, I'm not sure if she's going to be the main female character. It's still too soon to tell. Still don't have a plot, but the female character who has the visions, she's starting to become a lot clearer to me now, a lot more fleshed out. There is still quite a bit of work to be done. The main character is still kind of cloudy, but he's just sort of kind of coming into focus. I'm trying to figure out what kind of connection he has to the visions, if any. But yeah, things are definitely coming together. I did a lot of, this is non-book, non-writing talk now. I did some preliminary job searching yesterday because I've been unemployed for quite a while. My mother is also looking to change her place of work. We're working on manifesting an awful lot. So right now, even though it's the holidays, there really isn't that much we could do outside of, still working in food, which is what I originally worked in, and she also currently works in the same area. She really doesn't want to go to a different job doing the same thing. But I'm starting to think that we may have to do something like that temporarily, just at least to get enough money so that she can leave one portion of her job and we can save up for driving lessons, because she's a New Yorker. She pretty much raised me, so neither of us know how to drive. But then you also have the issue of, how are you going to learn to drive without somebody helping you practice in between lessons so that you don't have to pay extra? We'll come up with something. We'll come up with something. So we're following Allura's manifestation recommendations, and let's see what else. I got some cleaning done. I got an awful lot of organizing, and I have to switch out the fall decorations, well, the last of the fall decorations, for the winter decorations. I did one of our sacred spaces already, cleaned and tidied that up and redecorated it, but I also have to do the other one. I did the floors. I'm not going to mop them until probably tomorrow afternoon, because we've been tracking in a bunch of salt. It's way below freezing, well, relatively way below freezing, something like 14, 15 degrees out today. And I think I'm going to see if the new book wants to do anything else today. If not, then I'll just leave it. I'm also probably going to start organizing my new poetry book, my third volume of poetry. I'm just going to look to see what I have written down and typed up. My friend Toby and I are working on doing a positive revolution, doing a revolution the right way. I'll link some of his videos below. We're just being ourselves, in my case, I want to still seem professional because I'm a writer, but I'm not going to make like my life is polished or perfect or anything like that, because it's not. And maybe one of these days I'll give you some more of my backstory, but right now that's a little too personal. I'm not quite ready to share that yet. I will at some point, just not right now. I also have to make a new door wreath. I almost forgot that. I've taken the old one off, cleaned it with smoke, and then I have to disinfect it with the cleanser. But I did manage to earn a little money yesterday, because while I was doing some job searching on one side of the computer, I was also earning a few dollars with surveys on the other side of the computer. But that doesn't really make sense. Two sides of the computer. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Hey, yes, A Tale of Two Cities, Chapter 6, The Shoemaker. The checks are done, so this will be the video that will go up on Friday. I was originally going to do a writing video, probably this video, on Friday, but I changed my mind because since we're doing a vlog now, apparently, a longer vlog, kind of leisurely, I'm just going to put this up. I think people have been waiting for it long enough. And I need to clean all this. I have to, that's a bird feeder. I want to set that up. Been meaning to do that for weeks. And there's the fall wreath, pumpkin wreath. Been meaning to put the bird feeder out for a couple of weeks. We always have it out, but I needed to clean it, and it just didn't happen. That's a gift I have to wrap for one of my mom's co-workers. And this is actually looking a lot better. Some of this is giveaway. And well, that's a gravity washer. And the doors that I still have to put on are this. Also, I finally got some oranges to make the garland, which I've been meaning to do for a while now. So I got 5. I don't know if I may just do a small garland and some hanging ornaments. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to share that in our Facebook group, in Alora's Facebook group, Ethereal Consciousness. Yeah. I'll probably share it on here too, because I'm going to do something for the holidays. I've been feeling the need to help people not feel so down or so alone this winter, especially in light of all the things going on in the world. Let you see some pretty sun catcherness. That's not a word, but you know. And in light of all of the Herald predictions that are coming true faster and faster, more and more. Okay, let's see what we can do in the writing arena. I did also do some advanced editing on this blog because, let's see, because I put the footage that I filmed on Monday into the editor, and as usual I had audio problems with it. So I'm trying to see if maybe that's something that I'm doing wrong. I suspect it probably is. Oh yeah, and I did my eyeliner and mascara and a little bit of lip color today because I needed it. Sometimes it makes me feel a little more motivated. Sometimes it helps me to motivate myself. Sometimes it has the exact opposite effect. But today it seems to be working. So I did that. I did the editing yesterday. No wonder I was exhausted last night. I'm doing an awful lot of mental work. More than usual. Yeah, and I'll probably try to upload some of this. One of the things that I was having trouble with because of the audio was some of what I was saying just cut out. So I was also showing you this. This is the book where I have a lot of my poetry and story notes. And I got this from, was it Barnes & Noble? I think it was Barnes & Noble, yeah. It's one of those It has shelves with the old book covers on them. The old book covers. That are much more interesting than book covers today, if you ask me. So, yeah. I have at least a temporary name for the female character with the visions. I'm still not 100% convinced that she's psychic. I think there's gonna, I don't know. I don't know. But for right now, I'll just call her the psychic character. I have a at least temporary name for her, Cassandra. This is one of the only details that I'm going to tell you, but she's the one who has been having the visions. And then I also have some notes about what her personality is like, hints about what some of the other characters in the story feel about her, what they think about her. It's not that she's exactly disliked, but she's not necessarily taken seriously. Let's put it like that. Not necessarily taken seriously. So she's going to play a major role in the story, but like I said, she's not going to be the main character. And there are a couple of other details, or really sort of like half details, half questions, that I've put down about one of the figures she keeps seeing, or one of the figures who is repeatedly referenced in the story. But I can't really say anything about that yet without giving stuff away. So let's see how this goes. I think it's probably going to be I think the story, at least the present day, quote, present day, unquote, portion of the story, for lack of a better way of putting it, it's not going to be all gloom and doom. Let's put it like that. It's not going to be all gloom and doom. There are going to be dark elements to it, but there is a lot of light as well. It'll be interesting to see how the two blend, how you have the interplay between the two. Also, there are probably going to be some who don't really believe in what the psychic character is seeing. Yeah. Seems to always be the way. That's one of the reasons why I called her Cassandra, besides the fact that that name did seem to fit. I don't know if I'm going to bother giving her a first name. Probably not. At this stage, I'm not going to. Hey, apologies for the noise, but I'm filtering water over here. Forgive the mess, but I still gotta clean stuff. So it is Tuesday, December 9th. Yeah, December 9th. I think you got a good shot of the tree, the coat tree. Take a look at rainbows. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so made more progress on the new book idea. I didn't really want to, but I knew I needed to take some time off on the weekend. And then Monday was not really such a good day. Hormonal changes, so I was way too tired to do much of anything. So that has me a little anxious about where I am today, but there's no need. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to see if I can film some of my Yule content that I promised folks on YouTube this week, and hopefully put something out, either this blog, or probably not this blog, we'll see, on Friday. So we'll see how that goes. I need to cook something to eat because I'm starving. It's late morning, haven't eaten yet, and I will fill you in on writing progress once I'm done, and cross a few other things off the list. I'm still waiting for my new phone battery too. Yeah. Hey, so it's Friday the 12th. I did film something earlier. I forget if it was this week or last week. I'm not sure if I'm going to include that clip or not because the day didn't really work out the way that I wanted it to, which is fine. And I was feeling really tired, getting stuff done, going through some emotional stuff. I wanted to give a little update because some interesting things have been happening, and again, this will strictly be for writing. So, I'm getting a little excited, not a whole lot excited, but a little excited, because I created a second character, one of the other characters in this book came to me more fully formed, more fleshed out. It's another female character. I'm not going to say too much about her, but she's definitely going to play a major role in the story. But her background is significantly different from the psychic character, well, Cassandra's character. In some ways. I can't say exactly what her background is. I do have a good portion of her background story already set in my mind. I don't have names and places and all that, but I have some information about her family, how she was raised. She's going to be a very interesting character to write. Not necessarily a nice character, but a very interesting character to write. There's a lot of depth and psychology, I guess you could say, in, well, really all of the characters, but particularly in her, because she's the one who's more solid in my mind right now, whereas the others are still a little hazy. Also, I went through this book of writing prompts that I've had for a while, and periodically I'll jot some stuff down in here. Not necessarily based on the prompts. Sometimes the prompt will prompt a completely different idea, and I'll write that down instead. But I discovered one of the issues that I had was, because I had several different ideas, I wasn't sure how to get them all to come together. And it's pretty clear to me at this point that I've come up with an idea for 2 different books. So, book A, which is the primary one that I'm working on now, that is with this other character and Cassandra, and more than likely the actual main character of the book is going to be a man. I have a pretty good idea of what the second book is going to be about, but I can't say yet. But this is actually a story that's been in my head for quite a while. The second book has been in my head for quite a while, but I didn't really think that it was worth working on. I've become convinced that it's worth working on. So this other character, the other female character, who came to me. She is... The only thing I can really say about her is that she's a person who can't effectively choose between right and wrong because she hasn't really known enough truth to be able to tell right from wrong, because of the way that she was raised. She was not raised well at all, and I think the main male character in the book is probably going to be, both him and Cassandra are probably going to be at least two of the ones who try to put her on a better path. So she's somebody who's actually lived a very, very bad life. Her backstory is much more dark. Not that Cassandra's isn't necessarily, but her experiences, this other female character's experiences, are different. And she is given the opportunity to learn about something else. And this was prompted and based on, in large part, some of the things that I've learned from Allura about getting a deeper understanding about why things are the way that they are and why people are the way that they are sometimes. So that's what I have for now. I also have been in the process of typing up some more of the poetry that I've been writing over the past 6-8 months that haven't been typed up yet. I am going to do a video where I organize the new poetry book. I'm just not at that point yet. I'll probably start filming that. Let's see, I already did the first Yule vlog where I made the orange garland. That's going to go up later on today. I'm trying to wait for the video to, I forget, whatever, up to 4K, since I'm filming in 4K, and that was one of the tips that I came across, waiting until the 4K version uploaded. But it never did upload for several of the other videos that I've done that were in 4K, so I don't know what's going on. I may not wait. We'll see. Let's see. So I am going to take you along when I'm organizing the poetry book. Of course, you're not going to see or hear any of the poems, but I am going to do a video on that, and I got other seasonal content coming out, stuff about the publishing books, yeah, and I'll keep working on this vlog. I've already uploaded some of the footage and edited a couple of the scenes, so that makes things easier for me. Hi everybody, it is Tuesday, December 16th. I'm going to end the writing vlog here. I just finished filming my second decorating video where I make the Yule wreath for the front door. Like I said, I'm going to stop the video here by saying, in terms of this new story, it's been rough. It's been a rough few days. Probably mostly my own doing. I still don't really have a plot for the story, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start writing out just whatever comes to me. I'm going to write the basic fundamental idea, which I don't think is going to work, and a lot of it's going to have to be changed. But hopefully if I write it down, then I can go back and edit it. The problem with the editing is that usually when I'm in the process of editing my books, I have no interest in the book at all after that. Well, during the editing process, I have no emotional attachment to the book at all. It doesn't speak to me at all. It's just boring old analytical editing. That's all. So we'll see what happens. I still have the two female characters and pieces of their backstory. I have a partial idea for a third character who is connected to the main character. I'm not sure if that particular person is even going to be in this book, or if it's just, if maybe they're going to be combined with another character idea that I have. So the two will become one, and then I'll end up with something completely different. I don't know. It's too early to say. But we'll see if perhaps in the next writing vlog I have at least a partial plot for the story. Because as far as the folklore, writing the folklore first, most of that hasn't come through in the way that I was kind of hoping it would. At least not yet. The secondary idea that I had, or I should say the idea for the second new book, a portion of that plot, or at least a possible plot, is already in my head. And I know who all of the main characters are, but I'm going to have to come up with different names for them, because it was heavily inspired by real people, and I wanted it to be more fictitious. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm not sure what else I'm going to add to that particular idea, but maybe these two books will kind of run parallel to each other in terms of when I'm working on them. So we'll see what the next writing vlog is. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Irritating probably, but interesting. That's usually how my projects go. They're extremely irritating. And sometimes I can't stand them. Sometimes I just want to throw them away. But if I did that, I would regret it. So I'm stuck. Serves me right. So I hope that you all have a good day. I'm going to start editing this and the other video. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this up Wednesday or Friday. I'm going to shoot for Wednesday, so tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So I hope you're all having a good day. I am going to be making some more holiday content of some type. My phone battery did show up, but I don't have the kit to actually repair the phone. I thought I was getting it, and I didn't. So the kit that I wanted to get is out of stock. No idea when it's going to be back in stock. I don't mind being without the phone. I actually prefer it, but it also makes it more difficult for me to keep in touch with folks like Allura and Toby and other contacts I have. I also can't get on my Instagram because I only use Instagram on my phone. So we'll see when that situation resolves itself, as I'm working on 20 other things. So I'll see you in the next video, and happy writing, Merry Christmas, Blessed Yule, whatever you celebrate, whatever you're doing, have fun.